get a motion to approve the previous town board meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Supervisor's financial report.
Hey Tim,
Oh,
can you make
sorry.
a little
Yep.
announcement about
Yep.
1023?
I'm sorry, anybody watching television right now, you can tell that there's no audio, or no video on there, I'm sorry, we only have the audio, and it'll be a few days before it's fixed, so you'll be able to see it on YouTube. Just go to the town of Shandaken, and you'll be able to see this probably tomorrow night.
And also, it should be back on the loop, Ellen, right, in a few days, when they get it fixed?
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
by Wednesday.
Yeah, hopefully by Wednesday.
Okay, so by Wednesday, it'll be back
But
on the
it'll be
loop,
on YouTube tomorrow night.
on YouTube tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We're sorry for the inconvenience. Supervisor's report from May 2015. April interest highway, 39 cents. Police fees, $30. Fuel reimbursement, $6,632.70. Pine Hill water rents, $3,500. Ambulance fees, $7,201.02. Ambulance donation, $50. Cell tower rental, $891.02. Town clerk fees, $129.92. Justice fees, $18,752. CDPHP refund, $311.33. New York State Retirement Fund, $84. Unclaimed funds, $16. Building permits, $2,135. Planning fees, $150. Dog licenses, $160.50. Zoning, $100. Town insurance refund, $536.80. Purchase of cemetery plot, $400. Relocation of plot, Shandaken Cemetery, $185. Due from General Cemetery, $15,000. Ulster County Shared Services, $10,241. Workers' comp reimbursement, $4,878.92. Refund on voucher overpayment, $80. Phoenicia water interest, 34 cents. Reimbursement from work done, $25, for a grand total of $71,465.21. Communications. I'm going to start out with one on this for warning to all Esopus Creek whitewater recreationalists. Approximately half a mile below the fishing access point of the Shandaken Cemetery, Route 28, there's a large tree in the water blocking the course. Until further notice, you would be advised not to use the cemetery access. Also, there is a water release scheduled for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday afternoon, and the tree will cause dangerous conditions. So be very careful if you're going to stream by the cemetery down here, because if that water goes over the top, you'll never see it if you're underneath it. Anybody else?
Anything? Nothing? Okay, this Wednesday night is our computer help night at the Phoenicia Library, from 6:30 to 7:30. Volunteers are there to help you on a one-on-one basis, with all your computer questions, desktop, laptop, tablet, cell phones. You can either bring your own device or use the computers at the library. So if you need help or you want to learn about computers, that's fine. Phoenicia Library plant sale is at Mama's Boy on Saturday, June 6th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Phoenicia Primary Schools having their Flag Day ceremony Friday, June 12th at 10:30. And save the date for the first annual plant sale at the Pine Hill Community Center, Sunday, June 14th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
I also have the resignation here from Bob Cal. It says May 14, 2015 to Museum Board and Town Board of Shandaken. As of Friday, May 14th, I am resigning as the chairman of the Shandaken Historical Museum. I will remain on the board as a member and continue to work with the museum. Robert Cal. Thanks, Bob. Thank you very much for what you've done there, too. Appreciate it.
One thing, Tim.
Yeah.
In conjunction with the Flag Day on June 12th at the Phoenicia Elementary School, the American Legion Post 950 will have a ceremonial burning of soiled American flags. So if anybody has any of those, just drop them off at the box at the American Legion, and they will be disposed of properly.
Was that on Saturday?
Same day as Flag Day. What's that?
Okay.
June 12th?
Yeah.
Friday, right?
Tim, you have to make a motion to accept his resignation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I make a motion to accept this resignation.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Also, too, I'd like to say, sorry?
I just wanted, you need to give me the Flag Day notice for the loop. The flag, about the burning.
Oh, again?
No, I just wanted to take it so I could put it on the loop. Thank you.
Also, too, I want to say, what's it, Resolution 187 from Ulster County legislators about the, accept the New York City grant for a Shandaken Reservoir Trail. I thought it was a good vote. I was really glad to see that. I appreciate that, too, so. Moving on now, we'll go on to communications. We have somebody from the Catskill Interpretive Center.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Jim Infante, and many of you know that we have been working for almost 25 years to try to bring a Catskill Interpretive Center here in Shandaken. And I'm very, very pleased to let you know is that we're going to have a dedication at the end of this month. DEC is making all the plans for the dedication. We expect it to be the last week of this month. After that, we in the Catskill Interpretive Center and in the Catskill Center are planning to have a sort of a party for the community. We're tentatively planning it on Friday. Let me tell you why it is tentative. There is an effort to bring the governor for the dedication. It has made quite clear that he is, as it always is with the governor, uncertain about the scheduling, as a result of which things are slightly up in the air. But we have an expectation that last week in June, DEC will have the official dedication, and then we will have a community party, a party for the community, on that Friday from 6 to 9. As you know, the Catskill Interpretive Center is being built by federal and state funds, but it's going to be operated by those members of the community. The Catskill Center is going to be the manager of it, but we members of the community are going to have to make it function. It's going to be a group of volunteers, New York, New Jersey Trail Conference, Catskill Heritage Alliance, 3500 Club, the Catskill Mountain Club. They're all providing volunteers that will operate the facility. The facility is going to be heavily electronic. We are going to have a subset of the I Love New York portion of the Catskills. The effort that we're trying to make is to make really sure that the Catskill Interpretive Center is going to be an attraction for tourists. That it's going to improve the number of people that are going to come here from the city. We are very enthusiastic about it. We have support, we believe, from the community, and we sincerely hope that there will be lots of volunteers from the community that are willing to spend a few hours each day to have the thing operate. It's a private-public partnership. The public, through DEC and the federal government, have provided capital costs. We, in the private sector, in the NGO sector, are providing the operating funds, are providing the fund for the furnishing, for the computers, for the displays. I want to invite you to all of you to the dedication, and especially to the community party, because it's for the community that we're doing this. Get it? Do you have something to add? Sure.
I'm Geddy Shvekauskas. I live on Wittenberg Road and have for the last 46 years, I believe. I first got involved with this, I'm pretty sure it's well over 30 years ago, when Hinchy and I walked up the Mount Pleasant. And he was in better shape than I was, unfortunately. But it was always a dream that we have a Catskill Interpretive Center, and it seemed to us the most logical place for it to be in the town of Shandaken, sort of close to Olive and Woodstock, but next to the DOT. Now, what I'd like to do is mention why I think this is going to be a big deal for the town of Shandaken. The building itself is well done, but it isn't very impressive. You know, it's about 1,500 square feet. 1,700 square feet. That includes the closet and the bathrooms. So it's not huge, and it doesn't have the kinds of, you know, fancy exhibits that you would have expected 10 or 20 years ago. But, you know, you'll look around this room, you know, didn't have this TV coverage. We didn't have all the technology that we have. And so digital technology has changed the opportunities of what can be done. It's not a matter of how much stuff is on the walls, it's how much information you can give about our communities. So there's going to be a 3D map in the center of this space. And in it will be basically a map of the Catskills. You know, we've always been separated by towns and counties, and this is going to be one map. And there are, at present, it's just the very beginning of it. There are, I think, 1,600 data points, which is places that that will light up and then can be accompanied by other forms of visual presentation or classified in different ways. And I think one of the things we wanted to do is to make sure that each municipality had the things in there that was important to us. Like, you know, I think the Phoenicia Diner, it would be a great thing to have there because I love going to breakfast there. The people don't really have it. They drive by, they don't really have a sense of what the community is a lot of the time. And they could have, and I think it would benefit us and it would benefit them. So I would anticipate, it's like a book that hasn't been finished yet, it's a work in progress, that we'll probably end up with thousands of different interpretive points and explanations and of all kinds of features, both natural and cultural and man-made and otherwise, in this interpretive center. And surprisingly, in that little space, people will be fascinated by the richness of detail about the Catskills. We know that stuff, but they don't. And it's been very difficult to explain to them what the hell this place is all about. Because, you know, they're there, we want them to spend their money and go back or whatever. But I think, in sharing what we've got in a kind of richer way, we'll help ourselves and we'll help them too. Because in that sense, the mountains are so special, and they belong to us, and they're 80 miles from the greatest city in the world, and this represents to me an opportunity. So I'm excited by it, and we'll see if it unfolds the way I expect, but I'm really enthusiastic.
In fact, okay, to it, you're right. I'm very proud of myself. I was born and raised here in Mount Tremper. I've waited a long time. I remember when it was first being built, and I'm so glad to see it going up now. And like you said, it really unifies all of us up here, no matter what town you're from, whether it's Margaretville, whether you're from Woodstock, whether you're from Shandaken. It shows that we're all really one up here.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to see that, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, we always think of our communities, not just our town, but
Right.
our hamlets separated from each other, and people don't know each other and stuff like that. And
It's true.
you gradually, over a lifetime, build up these relationships, but you still don't, I don't know what's going on in the mountaintop, really, and I don't know what's going on in Sullivan County. But this is a way to begin, you know, writing the book that relates us all to each other and takes advantage of the common opportunities. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
So please come.
Yeah, will you be having like oral information, you know, like oral history?
Yeah, well, you know, the great thing about this is it can be expanded in different directions. So for certain things, there will be videos, you know, explaining, for instance, the people, you know, there's fish in the streets, great, what's that? What does that mean? You want, you know, some kind of visual presentation that involves that. You know, the native bred trout are a miracle, and people ought to know how that happens and what you do not to ruin that resource. So it can be taken in so many directions, and will be. You know, when many years ago, decades ago, when IBM was here, Bud Howe, the manager of the site at Kingston, showed me the Conelrad, the defense stuff in Colorado. These huge buildings full of computers. And he had thick, stubby figures, and he had a little personal computer. And he said, you won't believe this, but there's more power in this little computer than there was in that whole thing. And that shows us kind of the speed of change and the possibility of transformation that this technology can bring. And, you know, it's something everyone can understand, everyone can participate in. And I want to see not stuff that's going to impress the tourists, but things that remind us, oh yeah, I remember that. I know that house, I know that those people, I know that hamlet. It really, that's what we want to, that's I think what we want to share. And it's our resource. It's something we ought to be proud of, as you say. And this will, I think, make us, if anything, more proud.
Yeah, good. Are they going to also, I'm sorry, are they going to also have, like, I heard one time there was going to be like a fire tower in the back and possible, you know, going across the road there to the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of the fire tower, I myself thought the thing about the Cascas is climbing the mountains. You know, I want to go up to Tobias on that trail there that the state has right over. I don't particularly want to go up. It's like, you know, being on the stairs in a East Side apartment in New York City. You go up the stairs, you come down the stairs. Right. You take a look from what's around. I want people to participate, learn about the environment, see how the life changes as you go up a hill. You know, when you get up to that point where there's that quarry above, you know, if you go up the road, past Winnie Road up there, it's incredible. It's just wonderful. You go up 600 feet past the flowers that are out now, whatchamacallits. What are the
lilacs?
And the laurels at this time of year. And you look around and you realize, you know, people actually farmed here probably in the 1860s, 1870s. It's a complex and historic culture. And if you just kind of, you know, go past and throw garbage out your car, you don't get it. Right. And we want people to get it. Yeah, Alfie.
Will there be like stuff like hiking maps available there for purchase?
Absolutely, yeah. There's going to be
trail maps?
Yeah, and I think that we'll have the standard collection of stuff that you can pick up, you know, in different places, but also more, because that again is something that can evolve. Like, you know, I want people to go to the Phoenicia Diner in the morning, and I want lights on that map that explain, you know, really nice opportunities. You go here, you go in Shandaken to here, you go, etc. Each place should be exhibited in some way so you know what it is and can relate to it and fit it into your own plans. You don't have to follow a kind of a guidebook kind of thing. You can find your own, because the numbers, it's like Google, you know, it's infinite. And that's the kind of approach we want to take. So I really have great hopes for this. It's been half my life waiting for it, but I still feel it's going to be worth it.
It was.
I got no other choice.
Let me
Thank
say
you.
one last thing, if I may. As you mentioned, the building has been built by DEC with funds from the federal government also. It is going to be operated by us under the management of the Catskill Center. Catskill Center is the overall manager, but the community, in effect, it's going to be a work in progress. Anybody who has a good idea or something that would like to show, given the electronics, we have the possibility to store material electronic and then show it. We're going to have 12 iPads that are going to be able to display a great deal of information. We're going to have 3 large monitors that again are going to be able to display a great deal of information of a historical nature, of a cultural nature. And above all, our emphasis is going to be on forest preserve and on the watershed. And as you know, the DEP is kindly financing a certain amount of the cost of the operation. So is the Catskill Watershed Operation.
Is it gonna be open every day?
A work in progress. This summer, we certainly are going to try to be open every day. We'll see what happens in the fall and later on. Again, let me emphasize, it's a work in progress. We're going to have to get ourselves accustomed to what it is that the people want, what it is that they want to show, and what it is that they want to see, and when.
Will there be ongoing events there, or is it just a standalone, operation of just informational?
Again, it's up to us, right? My hope and expectation is that there are going to be some people, say from the Catskill Mountain Club, that are be willing at certain times to come there and to offer hikes, to guide hikes. Again, it's up to us in the community and the organizations in the community. But the basic idea is, let us try. My sense has always been that this area of the Catskills and the Catskills in general are underutilized. We don't have the kind of visitor the Poconos have. But, oh yeah, what's more interesting than the Poconos? You know, there is $0 of ads in DEP and DEC to advertise the Catskills. This is our effort to try to show to the people, especially in the metropolitan area, hey folks, there are some very good things up in the Catskills. Come and take a look. Come and enjoy it.
Good. Got my support, that's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alan, do you want to walk? Kathy, you ought to get to go for it. You want to say something?
No, sounds like you guys got it covered. Thank you.
So if people want to volunteer, they can go onto our website, get the link to your website. We have it on our website. They can just email any interest.
They're looking for volunteers.
And also, if you have ideas, we send it to.
And if they don't go online, they can call our office.
Michael Trillinger at the Catskill Center is the individual who is sort of the hub of these many spokes of this community endeavor. And anybody who has any ideas that wants to volunteer or would like to see something happen, Michael Trillinger at the Catskill Center.
Okay, thank you.
first of all, this is a tough act to follow. I want to commend the Catskill Center and their partnering organizations for seeing this to fruition. It is an incredible opportunity for the Catskills. It's long overdue. It required years of hard work and tenacity to get the funding in place to make this happen. So kudos to you guys, times 10. So what a great segue. Now let's connect the dots. We're looking to present the Catskills in a time and place where they deserve the recognition and the visitorship. But we also need to make our main streets more presentable and ready for those visits. So as the MARC project, we've done a lot of Main Street revitalization. We're now looking to approach this on more of a regional level. In the past, the state would only consider an application for one community and then another community, and there was no continuity there. So in a conversation with New York State Homes and Community Renewal, they have authorized me to submit a regional Main Street program. So we're looking to do this across 6 communities, and Pine Hill was the obvious connection, being Bel Air Mountain, Pine Hill and Fleischman's, or Bel Air Mountain is the heart of what can happen in those hamlets. So I'm here seeking a resolution from you as the board to support the MARC project, to file that application and include Shandaken in the project service area. I believe you all have a copy of the application. I mean, rather the resolution. The application's in process. Any questions about the program or how it's going to run, or? No? Good, I love that. The second item is Supervisor Stanley and I had a conversation about the Phoenicia Water District and their needs for infrastructure. We have in the past been successful in filing community development block grants for both infrastructure and housing rehab. And he asked if we would be willing to file an application on behalf of the town of Shandaken. We are, but we do have a service fee for that. It's an enormous amount of work. What we have done with other municipalities is normally our fee is $5,000. However, some of the legwork has already been completed, so we are reducing that to $3,500. This covers our staff time to develop the application, to do all the preliminary work, hold the public hearings. If it does not get funded this year in this funding round, we then refile it for free at our own expense next year. If in the third year, and I don't even want to think that it's not going to get funded after 2 tries, then we would look to split the costs in year 3 because you need to gather new data and things like that. So I would need authorization to proceed with the application based on that commitment. Okay?
We pay you that $3,500 up front?
I would say that would be great, but actually it's paid upon submission of the application. The application is due on July 31st.
Okay.
Any questions? Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Committee reports, ambulance.
Good evening. The May 2015 report, Town of Shandaken Ambulance Service, total calls received 26, mutual aid given 0, mutual aid received 0. This is going to get a little wordy. As many of you are aware, there's a resolution tonight to purchase a replacement ambulance for the Town of Shandaken Ambulance Service. Albeit a budget